David, great to have you with us, in particular on the back of what looks like an absolute bumper quarter for your company. The analyst community out writing up pretty encouraging reports on the back of these numbers. Characterize the quarter in your words.
Well, I think it's been a great quarter for us, obviously. This is a journey we've had since the spin out, which has been really about investing behind innovation and products that can drive market share and ultimately, as the markets come back, drive real revenue growth. And I think that's really what you began to see in the second quarter, where products like our advanced technology lenses, PanOptix and Vivity, products that really surgeons want, getting used a lot now. And that market share has, in the United States at least this quarter, really turned into some revenue growth. So I think people are looking at that and then saying, okay, that seems like it's starting to pay off.
Market share gains certainly features high in the analyst review of your numbers. What kind of further market share gains can you expect? And in terms of those new products, which drove a lot of the encouraging growth this quarter, what's a sustainable kind of growth rate we should think about?
Well, I think what's exciting about the advanced technology lenses is the penetration of the market is relatively small still. So we think there's a lot of headroom for surgeons to begin to use these lenses, which provide not just distance vision following cataract surgery, but actually provide intermediate vision and also for reading. So these are things patients really want, particularly seniors who do a little bit more reading, a little more close work. So today in the United States, it's probably a 17% penetration of the total lenses that use, advanced technology lenses. And we think that could go as high as, 35 or 40% at the end. So it's moving slowly. It's moved probably 300 basis points over the last 3 years. So we're excited about the movement now with some of our newer products like Vivity, which is giving kind of a disrupted eye, free kind of view. You don't have any kind of ocular disturbances like halos and glare. This is really good stuff for patients who want that intermediate and near vision. So we think that has a good bit of potential. These markets don't move super fast, but we do believe that there's a long-term play here.
David, help us understand how behavior has changed through the course of the pandemic. Clearly, you suffered from people putting off, delaying non-urgent surgical procedures like cataract surgery. Both my parents, I know, delayed having the procedure. They've since gone and had it done. So I'm curious how much of that backlog has cleared and how much of it do you have to go?
Yeah, it's a great question. And there's a lot of patients that did exactly what your parents did. And I think that's very common over the last series of months, and particularly before the vaccination push had really kind of gotten a hold of it. So we think in the United States, we lost about 1,000,001 cataracts around the world, another 6 million in addition to that, that kind of disappeared or didn't get done during this, I'll call it 18 months of disruption. Those are going to come back slowly over the next several years. I don't think that there's going to be a big bolus of those coming back. We do think they come back because cataracts don't go away. But the capacity in the system to accommodate those patients is pretty small. So again, in the United States, maybe there's 10, 15% excess capacity, but that's not going to be enough. It's taken us a couple of years to kind of work through the backlog there. And I think in Europe, where we are now, I think what we'll see is a longer duration because most of the hospitals have less capacity than that, and you're competing with other procedures that are also in play here. So I think we'll have a slightly warmer than expected market growth. So in historical terms, we've seen kind of 3-4% market growth on procedures. We'll see a little bit better than that for several years, and I think that's probably a long-term positive for us.